Welcome back to the County Talk, and today we are having Mr. Jaffer, who is also the chair of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee in Nairobi County, talking about development at the ward level in his ward at Parklands here in Nairobi. And you are talking about the ECDs that they are devolved, and you are saying that you've done a number of ECDs and people are seeing. And yes, you've done these ECDs. Do they have teachers to make sure that these kids are getting education on a daily basis?
Yes, now, you see, the problem is that the teacher issue, TSC went to court and it stopped us from hiring teachers. So we have the teachers we have, but we are still waiting for the TSC to give us more teachers. You see, here on one hand, it's devolved, but we can't employ teachers. So there again, there is an issue in court, which very soon we are going to get a ruling, hopefully in our favor, so we can advance. And then, on the development issue, let me say this, that what we get from the national government is not enough, as and talking from point of view of Nairobi. Because, as I said, we have all these challenges which I have mentioned, a very large workforce which we inherited from the city council, the debts from the city council, and then we got an influx from the national government health workers. But now, you see, we were told, okay, devolved funds are given in accordance with the service which is devolved. But at this point, I would like to say that the money which is trickling in from the national government is not enough. We need more.
But again, talking of the money, Nairobi County, comparing it with other counties, Nairobi County, I'll say it is a well-established county because it is a county that inherited things that were already there. Like, let's talk about the health services in Nairobi County. This is a county that has a national hospital that has facilities. Most of the facilities that are in public utility are things that are established, and you need not to go and maybe buy, and people need to see Nairobi County moving forward faster than any other county.
Well, I agree with you 100%. Like we have Mama Lucy Hospital, which is under the county. We have Mbagadi, and we have our clinics, which I think in every ward we have one or two. You are right, the infrastructure was there. But let me also make one point clear, that they were very poorly equipped, as even at that time. Now that we have the full devolved services we are supposed to give, there is a big challenge. I think our people have to pull up their socks, especially in the medical arena. They have to come up with a proper way, come with proper budget, and try to utilize whatever is there and whatever we give them in terms of budget to run. Yes, I agree with you. We had infrastructure. We could do better, yes. Much better can be done. That is a challenge which we are posing, and we are taking it up in our assembly, and to make sure we oversight it as much as we can, closely as possible. The Health Services Committee has come up in last 2 years with more than 20 visit reports, and we have some anomalies which have come up, which are being addressed and being implemented. So this thing, I think early next year, we expect to see changes in the health sector.
And now, in Nairobi County, as the chair of the Legal Affairs Committee in Nairobi County, you see, we've had fracas between the county askaris and the hawkers in the city, and also, I'm very sure in your ward, the hawkers are still there. What have you done to make sure that these people, they get justice as the chair of the Justice and Legal Affairs?
Now, I will start with my ward. Have you ever had any riots by hawkers in Westlands? No. Because I really take care of the issue. They have their designated places. They make sure they maintain it is clean, and they keep it within their designated places. For those who hawk around, They have area where they can hawk and the areas which they can't hawk around. So they keep and they make sure that they abide by law. Same with the taxi operators. We don't allow them to park here and there. There's a lot of discipline in that. Now coming to the county issue and the hawkers, I'll cite an example in Ngara because I had several cases coming to my committee for investigation. We had one in Ngara where there were allegations of some people being stabbed and killed and so on and so forth. But well, even the medical legal unit it is an NGO on human rights. They wrote to us, but let me say at this point as I speak, they have never been able to produce enough evidence of that anybody who died, if there was anybody who was injured, which we could physically verify. So that gap remains. Though I will agree with you, they said rather be arrested by police than a Kanjo. Kanjo people are very rough, they have no, regard for law and so on. But also, brother, there is a point here we must be very clear. You see, these hawkers, like in Ngara, there were 360 people who were rioting about that number, and genuine hawkers were only 60. You see, so those idlers join, and they spoil, they tarnish the name of genuine hawkers. They are very good genuine hawkers who do their job, come in the morning and live and abide by the law. But now, this general law, general, everywhere you see the idlers who come and join these things. So after we went through and we were able to bring order back, we managed to get the genuine hawkers who are now doing their business without interference. They have not had any fracas. And the idlers have been isolated now. Though these running battles you see, we established a market in Landis, a very big market to accommodate hawkers. We had the City Park market and so on. So, but we still, once we take care of 2,000, there are more 3,000 on the streets. Though that doesn't mean we should just get rid of them. There is our Department of Trade, the CEC Trade, is coming up with regulation how some streets or some back street be used at certain hours or during certain days of the week for them to operate within the confines of law. Now, us as the citizens also, it's our duty we respect. You come, you encourage a hawker, you buy from him. You see, you walk all the way, you come to Ngara, you buy. So you actually encourage these people to do this informal business in a wrong place. I'd suggest you go to a market or to a designated place. They are not bad people, they are very genuine, good hawkers. So we are trying to address by having that law in place. But also we are very careful and we want to get rid of those, hawkers who are armed and who, disguise as hawkers, but actually they are not hawkers. I'll just say one thing, I'm a former police officer, and one day during our operation, we were able to get a gun and 7-8 rounds of ammunition from a person who appeared to be selling tomatoes. So there is that scare, but I'm not saying it's everywhere, but I hope that people abide and they become ruly. Maybe they form an association or 2-3 association and come and discuss on how the way forward. However, we are restraining our inspectorate and enforcement people from doing this, inhuman things. It's very difficult to achieve that with only one hand. We need cooperation from the other side.
Now let's go back to your ward. You are the engine of development at the ward level, and people are expecting much more. Like in Nairobi, people talk about drainage system. They say the sewerage system in this county is not good. And as an MCA Parkland ward, what is there any project that you've initiated to make sure that even the dam sites around your ward are well maintained, and we do not have these paper bag being thrown everywhere, so that you make sure that your ward is clean.
Yeah, now the dump site actually within Parklands or Westlands, that's where I represent, there is very orderly way of disposing solid waste. We have the private services, we have even the county services. There is one dump site, however, near the Kijiji, which we get a lot of dumping, and it is cleared on weekly basis, so that one is not a big issue for us at the moment. Yeah, drainage, we have initiated several projects, like one opposite Highridge Primary School, which floods, because you see with the new development there is a lot of water which drains in the slopes. So as we speak, there's an engineer and a contractor on site trying to build drainage to ease off. We are putting bigger culverts. These were done in 50s and 40s, so definitely the size has to be expanded. And then we are allowing big buildings to come up, so they are putting a lot of pressure on our infrastructure. So we have to go by that, and something is being done now. They're also being told to do the necessary adjustments in terms of supply of water, disposal of solid waste, sewage system and so on. So yes, there is a lot of pressure, but Nairobi Water and Sewerage Company is doing, we are doing in terms of drain, stormwater drain. There are various projects as we speak ongoing, more than 5 of them on General Madenge, on 4th Parkland. We have some within Brookside, Gravilia Groove.
And all these are taken good care of, that even if we go there today, we are not going to find there's no order in all these things that are...
Yeah, no, these are perfect. I do weekly inspection of the ongoing projects, and as I speak, I'm quite satisfied with what is happening now. The dump site, sometimes the delay, it may go about 10 days, more 3-4 more days than a week, but they turn up and they clear. And this also, is the responsibility of our citizens, not to dispose of this tendency is still there. That is the Ring Road Parklands and the residents around Suswa Estate there. You see at night they send their people to dump it, and the kiosk operators. But somehow we are accommodating them, because there is a big road coming there. Once the construction starts, then they will now have to use the conventional way of disposing the solid waste.
Now you see the matters of security. We all know that matters of security are not devolved, and they are under the national government. But as an MCA, when there is issues of insecurity, the first person that these residents will run to is an MCA, because this is the person that they elected, and they are expecting that you should represent us, and you should also give us solution to problems that we are facing. So, being that it is not your responsibility, what have you done to make sure that there's security within Parklands Ward?
Yes, I agree with you that it's my responsibility, because don't forget, we are still under the national government. And national government have come up with very good programs like Nyumba Kumi, for example, community policing, and other programs which they have rolled out. Now, security is a problem, yes. We have carjackings, we have people on motorbikes who come on border, they rob, they attack, and so on. Even there are incidences of mugging. Though, however, this year, most of the incidents have really gone down, and I would like to thank the national government at this point. But we very closely work with the officers commanding the stations. I have 2 in my ward, Parklands Police Station and Spring Valley, and we work very closely with them, and they are very cooperative with me. They cooperate in all, whenever we need them or whenever there is an issue. There is this illicit brew thing which is going on, and we are doing it in a very orderly way. I'm sure you have not seen on TV people breaking people's bar and this. We talk to them and it is disposed of in a very orderly and in a lawful manner. So that is one issue. The illicit brews, the joblessness is bringing insecurity, but we are addressing, we're having Nyumba Kumi, where you know your neighbors, who your neighbors are. And through that, even in Kijiji, we have barazas on monthly basis, and we identify, you know, the suspicious characters. We talk to them, and you know, there is this ongoing thing at community level, and that one has reduced. Now we get people from other areas who come to do this mischief, but they can't survive for long because they're identified very quickly and dealt with. So I will not say we are a crime-free area, but we have a lot of support from the government. The outgoing PPO Banakebue, he worked with us very closely, and we managed to reduce the crime in a very reasonable way.
Yes. The County Talk is taking a short break and we'll be back for more.